In this video, I'm going to show you an essential trick that you can do to your minor pentatonic scale, which will give you all sorts of awesome rock and blues licks just sat right under your fingertips. So stay tuned. Hi there, James here for James Shipway Guitar, and welcome to another video in my short essential scales series. Now, today I'm going to show you a really cool thing we can do to our basic minor pentatonic scale to kind of extend it. And the reason this is so great is that we find all these really great sounding licks in this little extension to the pattern that I'm going to show you right now. What we're basically going to do is add a little extension to our minor pentatonic pattern that we saw in the earlier video. So normally we would play our pattern like this. Now, if you don't know this scale already, skip back to my earlier video and check that out, and then come back to this one, because this one's going to make a whole lot more sense when you know that scale pattern. But assuming you know that scale pattern, let's have a look at what we're going to do. So here's the variation on that pattern that I'm going to show you now. So you can see I added a little extension onto it. Rather than carrying on up onto the B string, when I got to the G string, I went 5, 7, and then I moved it up to 9. So I'm playing 3 notes on that string. Then instead of playing 5 to 8 on the B string, I'm going to play 8 to 10 on the B string. And 8 to 10 on the top E string. I'm going to go from the G string again and show you that one more time. So it's 5 to 7 on the G string, up to 9 on the G string, 8 to 10 on the B string, and 8 to 10 on the top E string. Tab to this scale and all the others is in the scale book, which you can get by clicking the link under this video. I'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But that's what we're essentially doing. We're finding a way to kind of expand our basic minor pentatonic scale. Why would we do that? Well, the short answer is that this part of the scale up here, there's all sorts of really great licks up there. You know, licks that we hear all the great blues players play and rock players. You know, up here. You might have recognised a few of those licks. We hear them played by all the great players like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Slash, Eric Clapton, you name it. You know, most of the players that are using any sort of blues-based vocabulary on their guitar are using that quite a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff up there. Really worth knowing that scale shape. Now, one little thing about the fingering before we move on. You'll notice I was using my second finger on the G string. I was going 5, 7 with my second finger up to 9. Why did I play it that way? Because it may have felt a little bit awkward. Well, the reason I did it that way was because it puts my other fingers in a good position for playing these notes. If I used my third finger, see, I've got my second little finger to play those notes. They're not great fingers for bending with. It's just going to make some stuff a little bit more awkward. Whereas if we do it this way, it puts my fingers in a really good position for playing the rest of the scale shape. Would I always do it that way? No, it depends what I'm playing, but it's just quite a convenient way to practice using the scale. Now, if you're learning some licks and things from this scale, which I'll be doing with you very soon anyway, we'll see then that sometimes we might use a different finger to play that note. It kind of depends on the situation. But for now, that's a pretty good way to practice it. So let's just check out that scale pattern one more time before we finish this video. 5-8 on the E string. 5-7 on the A string, 5-7 on the D string, 5-7-9 on the G string, 8 to 10 on the B string, and 8 to 10 on the top E string. People often say to me, you know, does that mean that if I go up here and use this one, I can't come back down there and use that one? No, those two scale shapes contain exactly the same notes, okay? You can use both of them anytime you want at the same time in the same solo. There's no kind of time when one's going to work and the other isn't. It totally depends what you want to play. They are the same thing because they contain the same notes. All that happens is one of these notes gets moved up a little bit higher in this pattern. But this note here, it's already in the basic scale pattern. We're just playing up an octave higher up here. So there's nothing in that second scale pattern that isn't in the first one. So they're essentially the same thing and can be used totally interchangeably. So I really hope you get that, because that's a big thing that confuses quite a lot of people. So that's it. That's a really awesome trick you can do. Take that, experiment with it, okay? Put on a jam track, see what you can do with that. I'll be showing you licks and things using that scale shape sometime soon anyway, which will help. But for now, just experiment. Never be afraid to experiment with a new scale shape and start learning how to use it. It's only by falling on your face and messing up and stuff that we learn how to play stuff that will sound good. So experimentation really is the key. That's about all from me today. Hope you found that video useful. Please like it if you did. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. And don't forget your free essential scale guide. Click on the link underneath this video. It's got tab to all the scales I'm showing you in this short video series. Tells you how to move them to other keys. And there's all sorts of other great tips. So just click on that link. You'll get sent the book and it will help you get the most out of these videos. So that's there if you need it. I'll see you in the next video when we're going to be looking at how to play a sliding blues scale. Till then, take care and I'll see you next time.